Real estate isn't about dollars, it's about real people in their lives. Sellers might be starting fresh in a new city, dealing with personal changes, adjusting to a new job. Sometimes it's not the price tag that seals the deal, but something entirely differently. This is how to win an offer. So some of us may be getting into multiple offers, or you just want to write a good offer. And you don't even necessarily have to be in multiple offers to do this conversation. The question that you can ask the listing agent is, what does your seller need from this sale besides a good price? Now, in multiple situations, this is really great to ask because you may be able to allow them weeks in the home with no rent, or you may be able to say you're not going to ask for repairs over X number of dollars, or you may be willing to pay part of the buyer's agency commission or whatever. Hey, I'm Robin Mann, and I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I've been in the business 8.5 years, and I do about 25 million as a solo agent, and that translates to around 60 deals or so. I've closed a home a week every week since 2016, and no paid ads, all organic networking via door knocking, Facebook. Those are the big ones. Referrals. I'm just going to read the way this was written, and let me give credit where credit is due. This was from Michelle Kerr. I found her. She's an Australian realtor. I was just scrolling this morning and found her. So real estate isn't about dollars. It's about real people in their lives. Sellers might be starting fresh in a new city, dealing with personal changes, adjusting to a new job. Sometimes it's not the price tag that seals the deal, but something entirely differently. It could be they need a bit more time in their home. Could be they need a quick settlement. They might want to rent their home back from you. They might want minimal inspection requests, or even assurance that the deal is solid with no finance clauses. She has seen this simple question open up doors to create a win-win. So I thought that was really, really great insight. And then she just said, always ask the important questions to the seller, because you never know, the right question might make you the winner amongst other offers. It may not be something that we're dealing with, but I think it is a great question, and I'm going to go back to it again. It is, what does your seller need from this sale besides a good price, or other than a good price? And or another way to say it is, I'm sure money is their top answer. Is there any other criteria that would really meet your seller's needs? We want to make this a win-win for the sellers and the buyers. Another one I throw in there is, if I'm in multiple offers, I will say we are only going to, and I speak with my buyer and find out what are they comfortable with. So one of the things I will say is, we're only going to ask for repairs if they exceed $1,000 on one particular repair, or maybe $2,000 or $5,000 total. Like if we total up and it's going to be $5,000 to fix all this, we're going to ask. Otherwise, we're not asking. So that has been a card that means something to me. I just made an offer. It was a multiple offer situation, and this was smart. And I'm giving my buyer credit for it. I didn't come up with it. They were like, we're going to pay $1,000 of your commission. And why that's better for the seller than raising the price $1,000 is if it doesn't appraise, then we have to negotiate that. But so you get what I'm saying? Like if we go under contract for $400, it only appraises for $395, we're going to later negotiate that and get down to the $395. But regardless of any of that, we're always going to be paying that $1,000 of the buyer's agent's commission. So I'm not saying
how do you put that in the contract?
I wrote it on a commission agreement form. There's a commission agreement form in North Carolina. There's probably one in your area if you just look, but compensation, I think it's called a compensation form. So we just offered some of the monies towards that. I mean, you can also do it informally and just write it in an email. You could ask for your lawyer to draft something up. Don't do any legalese, because I don't want to get y'all in trouble. It'll help us get the deal, because we were in multiple offers. And I was like, now that was smart, because we came in, doesn't matter what it appraises for, we're still paying that $1,000. The repairs we do, I always still say get an inspection and still say get a appraisal, but put some guidelines in for your buyers. And this is how I do a buyer's appointment. I'll tell them, here's what I would normally offer on a deal. And I give them kind of an example of price points and how much money to offer and things to ask for. And then I say the big, unless we're in multiple offers, and then forget everything I just said. We're going to do it this way. And so I set the expectation from the beginning that this is the direction we're moving in, so that, like, if we're not in multiple offers, now we have due diligence here. Due diligence fee is different, is a thing here in North Carolina. It's different than all the other states. The buyer automatically loses that money if they back out for any reason at all. they back out. In North Carolina, they lose that money. So if we're not in multiple offers, I might offer like a $500 or $1,000, or depending on the price point, $5,000. But if we're in multiple offers, we're going to go big on due diligence money, because that's putting some teeth in the game. South Carolina has a termination fee. It's the same. In South Carolina, it's a termination fee. In North Carolina, it's your due diligence money. So I just thought that was a really great question. What is it? And I usually ask a version of that, but I like the way she worded it better. High due diligence let the sellers know you're serious. Explain to your buyer, allowing them to be in the house. Like, let's say you close on Thursday, allowing the seller to stay in through the house through the weekend. If they can do that in terms of moving dates, that's a massive win for the sellers, because then they can close, get all their stuff out, not be stressed out hardcore, and then get out over the weekend. And to me, that's a win.